I've been to prison 52 times. I've been shot at 12 times, and I've been poisoned 9 times. I was a jailbird. I was a man who was being sought after by the police. And the society also didn't want me. They wanted me dead. But God had another reason. I'm Apostle Dura Waruinge. Apostle Dura Waruinge is a person, is the former Mungiki leader. I don't know whether it makes sense, but I think to me it makes sense for identity, people also to be able to know who I am, where I've come from, because that forms my journey. My background is long and funny because my background is not, I was not born a gangster, I was not born a bad person, I was not born either a good person because I don't know how I was born. But when we are born with a reason, that God has a purpose of what He intends us to be, He wants us to be. So when I was born in a mission hospital, and then I was brought and raised up in Kericho. But later on, I came to Nakuru County, that is Moro area. And from then, from my childhood activities, I used to be that boy that is active, super hyper. But eventually, as we grow, things changed in secondary school, in primary school. Eventually, I found myself in an organization called Mungiki, which I founded. And based mostly on the many things I did while I was a young person, I think that formulated and drastically went slowly by slowly, producing the man that became a criminal, producing the man that is now a man of God. No, it's not, I didn't have to do anything to join because I am the founder. I'm the person who initiated it, and because of activities that culminated to it. We had a self-help group. We had some criminal activities as young boys, the village boys, the village crime boys. That we did have something very specific that we, like now we can see, we have organized crimes. It was not, but it is that gang life of the village. It was not intended even to go beyond the village. It was just what we call a self-help group. We used to do small activities there and there. We used to play darts, some games here and there, as the village boys will do. But that one, as we were doing it, there is a contribution we used to do for us to be allowed to play darts. We used to contribute 5 bob. And this 5 bob, we used to put it somewhere, it was safe. And we after some 6 months, we decided to open the box that used to keep the 5 bob. And it was a shock because we discovered we had already 4,000 shillings. And the 4,000 shillings was a shocker to us. We never expected such a huge money. It was huge. Some of us, we never believed that we can be able to have such money. Some of us, we never believed that that can happen to us. So in fact, It even made me to be more stronger, a more general, a more commander than anything else. So when the tribal clashes came, we felt so bad to see our parents packing to go back to their villages where they had come from. That is central Kenya. As a young man, I thought, and I just fought it. I fought the idea that we are going to pack and go, because we believed that was our land, and it was genuinely our land, bought genuinely, so we didn't find it. How can we be moved from our genuinely earned land? So what happened is that we constructed a military group immediately when we saw these Kalenjin warriors were coming to attack us. 1989 to 1990, until 1992. We turned very fast. We became a militant group. And the militant group we had arrows, we had pangas, we had machetes. We also had the bows, iron sheet bow, to just protect us from either the attack of the arrow. And that is how we drastically transformed. Fortunately, our first attempt to face these Kalenjin warriors, they had a dog, which when they saw the Kikuyus now are approaching towards where they are, they felt like this is not the ordinary Kikuyu we think. They are free organized, they are bold, and that was not their plan. They had no idea that a Kikuyu can be bold. They thought the Kikuyus would be running because they were more sophisticated than us. So when they saw the Kikuyu coming, they thought of these people are organized. So they started retrieving back. And they had a dog. They released a dog to come and bite us, but for them, they started moving backwards. So when the dog came, I hit it and it died instantly. And when they saw the dog has died, they all ran away. And that was my turning point. And I became an instant hero. And that was the beginning of Mungiki. I was a national coordinator. I was a coordinator. I used to coordinate these people, bring these people together. And also as we grew, we became, when you are growing up, you continue having some new knowledges, some new discoveries, some new things happening around you. And we were many, we are not just a few people, we are many people. So a lot of information came in, a lot of advisory things, a lot of things. So it went on becoming an outfit that had a doctrine. We gradually became indoctrinated into an organization that happened naturally without going to a school or by anybody from outside who came to teach us. But through our association, we became indoctrinated, and they became powerful every day. New authority came every day. It was a day after another one, and a new thing was coming. Severally, during my time in Mungiki, I was hurt severally. I've been to prison 52 times. I've been shot at 12 times, and I've been poisoned 9 times. I was a jailbird. I was a man who was being sought after by the police. And the society also didn't want me. They wanted me dead. But God had another reason to keep me alive. I left Mungiki around 2006. When I saw the vision, a woman came in front of me and stood me and commanded me to go back to God, to return to God, and God will come back to me. That's the time, around 2006, that is when I got saved. That is when I stopped the Mungiki activities, and that is when my life changed again. Drastically changed towards a different agenda and idea altogether. There was an uprising again. Remember, 1988, 1989, 2000, 1992, 93, there was the first tribal clashes. And then 2007, 2008, there came these political activities that happened in the country. And there was this Ruto with Raila, Kibaki with Uhuru. And Kibaki won the election. It was disputed. And Ruto and the group decided, no, this election was rigged. They're not going to accept the result. And the skirmishes started all over the country. So it was 41 against one community. So our other communities ganged up against this one community called the Kikuyu community. And all the Kikuyu community, young men and the old people, they resolved we are going to defend ourselves. And as of that, again, I found myself involved, embroiled in the whole struggle for saving our community. And in several areas we visited, and we were able to rescue our people from being mauled or killed. Unfortunately, people died, from both angles people died. And later on, we saw the cases being dragged all to the ICC in the Netherlands. And some few leaders were taken there, Uhuru, Ruto were taken there. And eventually the cases were dropped because I think they lacked merit, but it was a bad and a horrific kind of thing, which Kenya does not. Kenya is purely not for Kenya. Whatever I saw is purely not for Kenya. We don't need to go back there because of politics. I lost a lot of friends, who died, and they didn't die because they committed any crime. They died because their land was to be taken. Their goats were to be taken, their cows were to be taken. It was bad, it was discouraging, it was bad, I hated it. It is a total commitment. To change your lifestyle, it is not drastic. Meanwhile, I had huge resistance from the former members of Mungiki who did not like my moves of becoming a Christian. They wanted to carry, and I think that's the advantage that I had. It is the advantage for me when they attacked me. They burned my cars, they burned my houses, they destroyed all my life and everything. So I had to go into hibernation. And that one helped me to really move out of the organization. Had there not been a controversy about my movement, then I think it could have been so difficult for me to get out of Mungiki. But I got out of Mungiki because of the resistance, the hatred. They fought me. They wanted to kill me. So I kept running. They became my total enemies. I kept running up and down. And the more they chased me, the more I got deeper into Christianity. The more I became deeper committed into Christianity. So it is a kind of, I wouldn't say it was my effort. I was pushed to get out of it completely. Yes, I remember one day they cornered me when I was driving at the Great Corner, and these guys, Mungiki guys, they came as though there are people helping me. I had a puncture, my car had a puncture. So the guys I asked to come and push my car from the off-road so that I can organize how to change the tire were Mungikis. And they pushed the car, yes, but they detained me there and said, "You are not going anywhere. We've been looking for you. Today you have to die." Fortunately, it was just when God sends you, when God decides to save you. A police car was coming, and this police car was coming. I jumped in front of it, and they stopped the police. And the police came out with guns. They wanted like to shoot us, but I told them, these people want to kill me. And then these boys ran away, and that's how I got saved. So it was just, I will say it is God who said, "This man, you're not going to kill." One thing I had that a demeaning, they call it demeanor, demeaning people, you're making people inferior. I had that spirit, that of everybody who wants to come closer to me fears me. So that mentor that could have mentored me was not there. The world automatically mentored me, but because things were very tough outside there. So I had a pastor who was still fearing me, a pastor who was not very courageous to face me, a pastor who still think I was not saved. And they would just imagine this guy can one day turn around and kill me. So I didn't have a specific mentor. What I had, it is a society that mentored me, became so rough on me. and things didn't just work the way I would have expected. The church didn't work the way I would have expected. The community was not for me. Everybody was not for me. Even the church itself. The government was monitoring me closely. So I kept moving one day at a time, not knowing what will happen tomorrow. I made it. That's why you can see you're interviewing me. Yes, I've been doing that. And through my effort, the government has been able to recover about 200 guns from eastland part of Nairobi, and some parts of the country. Those programs used to do them with the late Minister for Internal Security, the late was called Gaiseri, the one who used to do those programs. Unfortunately, fate came and he died. And that's was the end of the program, because others who came in did not understand. They never understood what we are doing. They never understood why we pick guns and not kill those boys, because for them they wanted those boys to be killed. But me and the guy said, we thought of we saved their lives, we helped them, because maybe they're into guns, they're into gangland, not because they wanted, but because there is a circumstance that caused them to be there. So Gaiseri was a bit reasonable, unlike Matiang'i was completely unreasonable, because he thought these boys need to be dead. I think now he's reasoning with my reasoning, because he's out of the government and he's being sought. Maybe he had some issues the other day. I saw him claiming that police have surrounded his compound now. I think he can be able to reason and see the dangers of these guns out there. And I don't know whether the current regime will be with us, but I'm trying to reinitiate it. But I have a foundation for the youth that I'm helping them, Mfalme Man Foundation, and also have a church that I'm using for rehabilitative programs. We have programs that we initiated. We are doing tailoring. The clothes you see I'm wearing, these are our products. We do tailoring, we do furniture, we also do farming. We are also into business of interior designs. If you get into a church, you will see the nice designs that we've done. These are done by these former criminals, former gangsters, former Mungiki members, former ex-convicts, all of them in combination. We are doing something for the youth. For now, we are okay. We have achieved quite a number. We have made some strides. We are making it, and we are soon launching these programs. We'll be launching a huge program for the youth, where we target to create 1 million direct employment. That is why we have initiated these programs. That is why we have initiated the furniture program, the clothing program. We also have the church, and also we have people who come to speak to them from different angles. We have financial experts, we have religious experts, we have social, that is people from the government that are doing the social part of it. And we have been really making it wonderful, because I can see we have more than 1,000 youth who are already reformed. We are changing. They are into various homes. They are into various rehabilitation centers. They are being rehabilitated. And once they will be through with the rehabilitation, we are raising funds from donors, from our friends, from the government, from churches, that we will use this fund to help these young people to rediscover themselves. It is very important that we help our children, we help our brothers, we help our kids to change them, to make them better again, to better our society. This society, Kenya, can never be good if these people are not going to be made good people. Thank you.